Yo, welcome back to episode 7 of the Euphorics Podcast. Today I have here with me Dan Gold. Dan Gold is a good friend of mine. Met him in college. He is a lover of house and techno music. Travels all over the world searching for the finest of sounds and the most pleasant of sounds. And Pleasant Sounds is Dan Gold's event company. Dan Gold started Pleasant Sounds recently. He's gaining traction in the Southern California area, and it's a pleasure to have you on, Dan.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so talk to me about Pleasant Sounds, why you started it. Let's start with that. Why did you start it?
Why did I start Pleasant Sounds? So, as you know, I go to many events, specifically in Southern California. And, a lot of them have been Insomniac events. And every time I go to one of these events, I always look at what could be improved upon. I look at the crowd. I look at,
Going to an Insomniac event is the first mistake.
Yeah, well, that's what I was introduced to, I'm talking like years ago also. Now I go to like more low-key events, I want to say. I look at the event company that's throwing it to see if, if it's like a very commercialized thing or a very, an event that really comes from like the heart. Someone who cares is throwing it.
Yeah.
So that's what I look for nowadays. A lot. But yeah, I looked at, what could be improved upon, and I was like, this could be the best event ever, but this could be better and that could be better. So that's why the idea came to mind.
Nice. And when you say this or that could be better, what specifically are you referring to?
I want to start by saying, I guess, the crowd. Because every DJ, every artist that is performing feeds off of a crowd's energy. So I feel like the crowd is first and foremost when it comes to that department. Also, I think, just the overall setup of an event, what you're seeing with your eyes is very important, because you go to these events and especially in, SoCal, there's so much trash on the floor. There's not much going into the design of like the stage, and all that kind of stuff, when the music is really the most important thing, but it also plays into the whole experience with, the sights of the event. 100%.
So, you recently had your first Pleasant Sounds event, to which I had the luxury of playing, which was awesome. Talk to me about that. So, where was that?
So, it was the launch party in Santa Barbara. We were playing at EOS, and Matan was one of the DJs of the night, and
so,
he threw
down.
Sorry,
to give a brief kind of summary of like what EOS is. So Santa Barbara is kind of like almost a small town. It's not tiny, but it's definitely a smaller town. And EOS is definitely the biggest club there. And for a town like Santa Barbara to have a club like EOS is pretty special. And Santa Barbara kind of has a big house music culture. So that's kind of the background of what EOS is for those of you who may not know.
Yeah, I gotta agree over there. It's like a college town, but you also have, the richer, like older people, middle-aged to older people who also attend EOS, and they are partying. They're throwing down, they're dancing, so it's a really special spot in Santa Barbara.
We had what did we have, like a wedding that came through after?
Yeah, a bunch of guests from someone's wedding attended our show and were having a blast. They were dancing. They were all dressed in suits and really formal attire. So it was awesome to see.
That was funny. Yeah, like there's probably like 30, 40 of them that came through from that wedding. They were all just looking to party.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get in Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. So yeah, we both went to college in Santa Barbara, and I mean, would you say your experience in Santa Barbara impacted kind of your view on house music and stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely. Before attending UC Santa Barbara, I was listening to a lot of hip hop and rap and, teenager really, usually listens to. And then I met a bunch of guys, and they kind of showed me the way. And here I am making my own events brand. So
yeah, that's wild. I remember definitely when we first got to Santa Barbara, you were not privy to house music, and I remember you would song request rap songs, but it only took you like a year to get fully converted, and then you were full gung ho on the scene.
Yeah, I mean, I was shitting on all this music all the time because I had a closed mind, and I was thinking this stuff just sounds super repetitive. It's the same beat over and over again, but I didn't fully understand it, and my musical palette wasn't developed enough.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the case for most people who like this music. I won't say all, but most people who like this music, it's like they grow up listening to whatever's on the radio, whatever's in the mainstream, and as you get older, you kind of get involved with more diverse music. You're looking for something that's a little bit more danceable, a little bit more engaging, and that doesn't rely on words but relies on the music to carry.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So the first Pleasant Sounds event, what happened? I know you got a floaty for that event, like an inflatable little Pleasant Sounds. So what was the deal with that? Why didn't we end up seeing that above the stage?
So due to the layout of the venue, ceiling was too low, and what it is, it's a big floaty. It's quite tall, and I had it made in the form of my logo. So like the plant pot with the mixer, and it has like little sprouts coming out.
Nice.
So, and underneath it is like, it's hollow, but there's a place for me to hang up a light bulb. It's like a portable light bulb, and the idea was to hang it above whoever is mixing, and they have that one single light on them. So we unfortunately weren't able to hang it up, but it's going to be hung up at the next event.
Let's talk about that, the next event. So when is that?
So that's going to be on September 9th.
Nice.
And we're running the same lineup back because it was just such a success at EOS that I thought, why not just run that back in LA? Whoever couldn't make it from LA could now experience it here in LA. So
yeah,
we're running it back. Matan's going to be mixing again, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and what's venue is it going to be at again?
It's at Melrose House.
Melrose House. And you said it was kind of like a new venue, right?
Yeah, it's on the newer side. It's been around for about a year now, the owners were telling me. But honestly, a cool spot. Aesthetically pleasing in its own way. Pleasant, yes. I want to pick a venue that, the owners care about how the place looks. So I like that there's an outside portion where there's artificial grass and there's plants hanging up and all that kind of stuff. So I checked it out. I really liked it, and I believe in their vision. So we're throwing it there, Melrose House.
That sounds good. I know it can be kind of hard to find venues that'll take a chance, on you, and then also find venues that kind of fit the style of what you're going for.
Yeah.
So, there's infinite venues in LA, but none of them are really optimized for dance music and house music in general, and so it makes it hard to throw an event because, and I always talk about this, the setting matters a lot. The setting matters so much, and every type of music and every different subgenre of dance has its ideal setting, in my opinion. Some are more ravey, some are more house party, some are more, boats, some are lounge. So it's a whole array, and I mean, a lot of that lines up with tempo, but a lot of that lines up with song energy as well.
Yeah, setting matters, at least to me. Like having an aesthetically pleasing venue helps a lot with people, wanting to stay longer, with just a whole bunch of things that are important to a set.
Yeah, I think having a good setting, one, gets the crowd more engaged for sure. Like you said, it'll get them to stay longer. And that's really the biggest one, is that you want to stay there if it's a good setting, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, like you've been to club space in Miami.
Yeah.
You're there, you get there at 3 a.m. and you're looking around like, wow, this place is so beautiful. You got the disco balls up with the plants and all these other things and the little artwork they have throughout the venue.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're there for 10 hours. You're like, I'm not going home right now. I'm staying longer. And you're there, you don't want to leave that kind of place.
They gotta do something about the food there, though.
The empanadas weren't it.
Those the worst empanadas I've ever. And I swear to God, I've had them there on other occasions, and they were so much better.
I want to say that it being Miami Music Week had to do with it. These workers, these employees just probably haven't slept.
Yeah,
just as long as we haven't slept.
12-hour shifts. They would go home, sleep for 12 hours, and then come back.
Yeah, exactly.
You probably clean up working there as like a bartender during Music Week, dude. Because everything in Miami is mandatory 20% tip. So these people just rake in an insane amount of tips.
Yeah, I mean, like you saw, like at Club Space, which was extremely inspiring, honestly. The crowd is packed. It's popping. People are dancing. And you just have this one guy, the same guy for 3 days I saw, dragging a trash can, and his partner sweeping up the floor with the dustpan through these crowds, and they're just going right through. They look like they're about to collapse because they just are so tired.
That's insane.
But to be fair, the venue looked amazing. It was sparkling clean. Like, you go to a venue out in California, dude, and at the end of the night, you're everywhere you step, you got cans sticking to your feet.
Yeah. I don't like when that happens at venues. I went to Echoes of Agartha. I went to Gates of Agartha, not Echoes, in Croatia, like a month or 2 months ago, something like that. And one of my biggest issues with Echoes of Agartha was that there's no trash cans there. So we were there, enjoying the night, and it's 2 nights. Each night is like 12 hours or something like that. And we were backstage, and I don't think there was a single trash can. Maybe there was one at most backstage. There's like 200 people backstage, 300 people. So the place is just getting absolutely filled to the brim with trash. They had like some tables back there and stuff. All the tables were just overflowing with bottles all over the floor. And that was the first night. So I thought, okay, maybe they fucked up the first night. They're going to hire some guys to go around with trash bags, picking up the trash, Second night hits. They have one guy walking around with like a platter, like a waiter's platter, when they carry drinks, picking up like 10 bottles at a time, empty bottles, and going back and then dumping it. I'm like, that is the least efficient way to do any form. But Club Space, they have 2 dudes just boom, 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 just cleaning with the trash can.
Yeah.
Walking. You have to walk around with a trash can. You can't just walk around with one platter in your hand. So the place ended up being disgusting. I mean, it was a great festival, great time, but by the end, the place was trash. Another place that got like that, but this wasn't their fault, this is the crowd's fault, was Day Zero in Israel at Masada when I went. The ground was the worst level of trash I've ever seen. By the end, you were like swimming through trash. It was like up to your shins, just absolutely swimming in bottles. They ran out of water like halfway through the festival, and you're at Masada where it's like 100 bajillion degrees, because all the bottles are on the floor. And then they had this thing. It was like a recycling program there. So if you brought them like 10 bottles to recycle, you get a free drink. So by the end of the night, I'm literally going there with armfuls of trash, getting drinks for like the whole squad, like rounds and rounds of drinks. I just go to the ground, pick it up, because I was so fucking dirty anyways. I didn't even care.
Yeah. I mean, also no water. You're like, okay, I'm
no water.
I'm trading these in
and
for
then,
a drink.
Yeah, literally. You could only get alcohol because there's no water. So we, at the end, I was dying. and we were leaving, and we all needed water really bad. It had been hours since we had water. It's a million degrees. It's like 10 a.m. at this point. We have like a 2-hour drive back to Tel Aviv. It was like an hour and a half. And I go to the medical tent, and I literally am just fake, like, dying to them. I'm just like, please, I'm going to die. I'm going to pass out. Like, please, please, please. Eventually, they gave me water, and I left.
It kind of reminds me of lightning in a bottle last year, where it was fucking like 114 degrees.
The heat at Lightning in a Bottle 2022 was, especially that first day. The first day it got cooler as it went through the weekend.
Yeah, dude, I'm just having flashbacks. I mean, a heat that is just so violent that you put your finger outside and you're already sweating.
Wait, where were you sleeping at Lightning in a Bottle? Were you at our RV, or were you in? No, you weren't in the RV.
I was in a tent, sharing a mattress pad with 4 guys. 4 men on one mattress pad. We're going to sleep when the sun starts screaming at us, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And you wake up after 2 hours.
At most 2 hours.
You get out of that tent like you are about to suffocate. And you just, sit outside in your underwear and hope for the best.
Yeah, I did 2 years in a tent. And then 2 years in an RV, never going back to a tent again. Because precisely that reason, you don't get any sleep if you're in a tent. What's good, Greg? We got Greg in the building. You want to say what's good?
What up, Euphorics?
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
And yeah, you can't wake up. You can't sleep at all.
No.
You can't get any sleep because it's so hot. When I got there 2022 on Wednesday, it was like 115 outside, 110, something insane. Like, my car said 120, but my car is exaggerating. I get out of the car, and I had a mile walk to the campsite because I parked in the parking lot. So I had to carry bags, just so many bags, so many cases of water from my car to the campsite, and it was like a 20-minute walk each way. I did that 4 times, and by the last one, I was literally gonna die.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna die. I was pretty close.
It's crazy though, because there's people who they do that, but they don't care to shower, so they won't shower at the shower stations after they're sweating their asses off.
I don't think I showered the first 2 Lightning in a Bottles. The second 2 I showered every day.
Well, yeah, I mean, the last one was extremely hot.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for
makes
sure.
sense, but.
And then this year, I was afraid of having to do the same thing, walk from the parking lot to the campsite, to the RV site. And so I bought a wagon so I could put everything in the wagon and roll it. I didn't even end up using the wagon because when I got there, I was it was so hot, and I was like, there's no way I'm about to do that walk even with a wagon. So my brother sent me his location of where the RV was, and I was driving to the RV, and they have checkpoints to stop you, if you don't have an RV pass, you can't drive through. And I just kept telling them, I'm just dropping my stuff off. And I just went there and just left my car there next to our RV in the RV lot.
They don't give a fuck.
Dude, they actually don't give a fuck there. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Even
Smart.
but now they started checking bags going into the festival, which they didn't used to do, to be honest. But I'm glad they do it.
Yeah.
But they don't, it's not like Coachella checking bags. Coachella, they check your fucking bag. They make you dump out actually, I think at Lib you can dump out most of your you can dump out your liquid. They make you, but they're not looking to bust you for drugs and stuff at Lib. They're just looking weapons. They want to see if you have a knife or a gun in there.
Yeah.
Which is what it should be, right?
Yeah, definitely. The safety climate of America nowadays, you never know what.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone could have.
Exactly. Someone what you're promoting is someone getting their drugs taken away by the police, and then they're forced to go to alternative sources where it may not be safe. It may be laced with something, and they won't know it. But luckily, that's not a problem for us.
No,
Yeah.
not a problem at all. But also another problem Lightning in a Bottle had was that they ran out of water. I went to one of the bars during a set. I was extremely thirsty. I asked.
You don't drink the tap water there?
No. I don't. I mean, unless I absolutely have to, you know. I like
do.
the bottled cold ass water.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the tap out and it's fucking hot.
But I have a Camelback the whole time, so.
Yeah.
I just I use the refill stations for my Camelback, but
Yeah.
I feel that at Lib they have run out of waters a few times. Oh my God, this past Lib, I got a. Oh, what's going on? How long has this been up there? Yeah, where were we?
Camelback at Lightning in a Bottle because they ran out of water.
Yeah, this past Lightning in a Bottle 2023, I was at the Woogie, and out of nowhere I got a nosebleed. Never happened to me before. I think it was because the air there was just so dry, and my nose is just like bleeding all over me, like at the Woogie. And I'm in the middle of the crowd. There's like, it's so hard to get out of that crowd. So I'm like walking through the crowd, but luckily like most people saw I was bleeding and like kind of moved out of the way. I get to the bar and I was like, I need a napkin. She goes, sorry, we don't have napkins here. What do you mean? You don't have any paper? I was like, nothing? She's like, no, we're a paperless bar. What the hell does that mean? You know?
Yeah, just bleeding, gushing blood out of
Yeah,
my
she's like,
schnoz.
sorry.
No napkins, sorry.
She's like, you have to go to one of the food places. So I went to the food places. I'm like, hey, like, my nose is bleeding. The guy goes, I can see that.
He's like, whatever.
I was like, all right, man, just give me the freaking napkin.
No napkins, no water, not even fucking coconut water.
Yeah.
But that won't be a problem for Pleasant Sounds.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure everyone's
All the water.
hydrated as fuck. Everyone's dancing, having a good time, and everyone's noses are not bleeding.
Yeah.
Everyone's good.
Everyone's noses are nice and fresh.
Yeah. It's important, dude. It's
Hydrated
all
noses.
goes into the experience. Having cold water accessible.
Yeah.
Having water also not be a scam and a half with like liquid death. You snap the can and that's it. You have to drink the whole thing and then go back and get another. Fuck that.
Hate that. That's the worst part about liquid death is you can't screw a lid on it.
Yeah, I mean, fuck that, right? Like, why? Did they just make more money? But at the end of the day, it's water. People have to be hydrated. You have to make sure, for their safety. It's important.
I don't even think liquid death has good water.
Uh,
It's mid-water.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's
Yeah.
nothing special. It's a cool can, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know how these festivals run out of water. It's like you have one fucking job, is to make sure people don't die of dehydration.
Buy water.
Yeah.
Buy enough water for people.
Yeah. Like, include it in the fucking ticket prices if you have
It's
to.
a festival, right? Like,
Yeah.
buy 10,000, 20,000 cases of water, and it won't be a problem. Just
Bro,
save
that's
the
not
rest
even
for
enough.
the next
I swear
year.
that's not even enough water. Think about 20,000 people go to a festival. You need more than 20,000 cases of water.
50,000. It's
You
better
need-
to have more than to have it run out and for someone to die, which it did
There's
happen.
so much planning that has to go into those festivals.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Water should be on the top 3 priorities, I think. It's a big
Should
thing.
be the number one priority because
Stay
that's
hydrated.
what humans need to live.
Yeah.
You can survive like weeks without food. You can only survive like 2 to 3 days without water.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
it's like, that's literally like the number one human resource that they need is after fucking oxygen.
Especially when it's 114 degrees out.
Yeah.
There's a sandstorm.
Well, maybe
There's-
that's why they ran out. It's because it was so hot. People were drinking more water than they planned.
They didn't buy enough.
They didn't buy enough. You're going to ARC soon, right?
Arc Music Festival in Chicago. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Heard great things,
You and everyone else, except for me.
except for Matan. Yeah.
So you haven't been to ARC before, right?
I didn't go last year. I was in school last year, but that's now not a problem. So I'll be in Chicago. Yeah.
That's cool. Who are you excited most to see?
Michael Beebe will not be there, unfortunately.
That's sad.
So I can't say Michael Beebe. But
For those of you who don't know, Michael Beebe is Daniel's idol, his hero, and his Lord.
Yeah, my Lord and Savior.
Your Lord and Savior, Michael Beebe.
Michael Beebe, if you're watching this, I love you. Yeah, no, honestly, the GOAT. But I think I'm most excited to see, like, Derek Carter. I've heard amazing things about him.
Oh, you have the fly.
The fly.
Dude, this happened on the episode with I think it was Michael Stoley.
Dude,
Happened on the episode with him, and it would not stop. You just have to like.
you have to just hit yourself, I guess. Whatever. I'm very excited to see Derek Carter. Also Carl Craig, back-to-back Moody Man. Both of those guys are diabolical fucking artists, and I can't wait to see them. I've seen Moody Man, I've seen Carl Craig
Legends of the game
separately, but I can't wait to see them just together. Also Derek Carter and OG.
Yeah, both of those guys, all of those guys are legends.
Yeah, because you could go to any festival and you could see fucking Dom Dalla and you could see John Summit, but these guys pioneered.
You
this
can't
genre.
see Moody Man anywhere. Moody Man like really doesn't play that many shows. I feel like he has like some random day job that like no one at his day job knows who he is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because he doesn't play enough shows. He doesn't release enough music to be a millionaire from it. Actually he might be. I don't know.
I don't know.
have no
His
idea.
old music. I mean, all his music is just so good. I'm sure that they sold enough
his
copies.
music is so good. He pushes boundaries for sure. Like in the music he makes, it's not like stereotypical club music or any of that. So I like him. He pushes a lot of boundaries.
Yeah, saw him at Crossed. I want to say 2021.
That was COVID.
No, 2020. There was no Cross. 2019. There was
Cross 2019. But I think you went 2020, maybe the end of 2021.
Yeah, because there's 2 Cross per year. So, yeah, I think it was at the end of 2021, and we saw Moody Man, and I fucking lost my shit. It was so good.
Hell yeah.
He was amazing, and he's pretty like incognito with his appearance. So yeah, it wouldn't be surprising if he like worked as a mailman or something.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Imagine
Moody Man.
Moody Man just delivering your mail.
Moody Man, the mailman.
Moody the maily man.
Yeah, and Carl Craig too. I'm stoked to see him. I've seen him like a few times, and every time it's just amazing.
Yeah, Carl Craig is sick.
Yeah.
The first time you saw him was in Miami, right?
No.
What?
Carl Craig. I think I saw him at some sort of a Factory 93 event my first time. He was unbelievable also. Just has such a hypnotic form of like Detroit techno almost that it just sucks you right in and then spits you right out and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Those are the best sets.
Yeah.
Are you going to the Cross this year?
I'm thinking about it. It's 2 weeks after ARC. I know that we have a few friends going, but I gotta save some money to throw into Pleasant Sounds. But ARC, Crossed is like my favorite festival, or one of my favorite festivals. There's the fly again. I think I got him. And I missed the last 2 because we were at other events, but I would love to go to this next one.
That's
so we'll
a sick
see.
lineup.
It's a game time decision.
It's a very sick lineup.
Yeah. Lots of good acts on it. They always bring great talent.
Yeah, Interplanetary Criminal playing Cross. That's going to be a sick one.
Yeah, that's someone that I've never seen before that I would love to see.
Yeah, I missed him when he was in LA a few weeks ago. I forgot why, but I was pretty fucking bummed I missed him, honestly. I don't get FOMO from many sets, but that set I had FOMO because he's not really a guy that comes around too often, but I guess now that he's starting to get bigger, he'll probably come around more.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch like whatever set he plays next. If it's at Crossed, maybe I'll drive out to San Diego, go to Crossed, even if it's for like a day. You know, I gotta look at the day by day again.
Yeah, that'd be a nice time. I'm going to Interstellar on the 19th and 20th, or 18th and 19th. That's in Long Beach. Have you heard of that one?
Yes, the Insomniac event.
Yes, it's Insomniac's first like melodic event, and they're kind of doing, which I respect that. I mean, they're a little bit late to the game, but to be fair, they're bringing out artists that no other production is really bringing out. So that I respect, you know, to bring out Red Axis to do a live set in America, you know, no one's done that. The only other people who were gonna do that was Crossed, but then Red Axis had to cancel because of COVID, so they got removed from the lineup. So they still haven't played a live set in America, and I think this is gonna be either the first or one of the first they're playing out here. I think they might be doing New York first. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick. Maybe I'll go to that too. But I mean, of course, you know, Insomniac is the biggest name in the game, and they have all the funding, all the money that they can get.
Yeah.
So of course, you know, for them it's easy. Oh, Red Axis, we'll fly you out. We'll, you know.
And they're tapping into like a crowd that's like willing to buy tables and stuff. So like at Nocturnal Wonderland and Escape, you know, no one's buying tables there, you know. So when you have an event like this, you could sell tables more because people will buy more tables to listen to these artists. So I wonder if they're gonna do that, because I know it's not there's not like 5 stages or anything. So I wonder if they're gonna sell tables there.
When is it again?
Not this weekend, but next weekend.
Oh wow. Damn. Game time decision.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a sick one. This weekend, tomorrow night, Moscow Man. I don't know if you know Moscow Man. So I actually saw him at EOS. He's playing EOS this weekend or next weekend, I think. I think maybe this weekend. But he's also doing like this backyard music and barbecue event in LA on, I think it's 2 nights or just Saturday night. Not sure. Anyways, he's doing this event, or it's just tomorrow night. And which is Friday. So Friday the 10th, 11th, I don't know. So yeah, it's gonna be music. Siegel Mendel is gonna be spinning there. So Mendel from episode 2, for the real ones out there who watch.
I watched it.
Yeah, you watch. There we go. Dan's a real one.
Yeah.
Are you a real one? So he's gonna be playing there. Moscow Man's gonna be playing there. A few other people. There'll probably just be a bunch of Israelis, but you know, I love Moscow Man. I love his music, so I might head out there. Tomorrow night there's an event with Borak, who's the man, unbelievable DJ, great sound selection. Patricio, another great DJ with great sound selection. Patricio owns the Junkyard at Lib. Yeah, so that's like his stage, and he like curates the sound there every year. And he has just a great taste in music. He brings in really, you know, underground but good DJs that don't have an opportunity to play out here much. So he brought out Dear Jade. Have you ever heard of Dear Jade?
I haven't.
She's fucking insane. He brought out Tooker. He was insane. These aren't people you hear about or see, so, you know, mad props to him. Big ups to Patricio for bringing these people out here. Then you have 2 other people playing. Humans. I've never seen them, but my boy Don was at a party in Ibiza recently where they played, and then there's another group playing as well. So there's 4 people playing. That one's going to be a good event. I'm really stoked for the music there. I think it's going to be fucking awesome. I think that's it for tomorrow. So there's those two events tomorrow. Saturday, I'm playing at this place, Harriet's. But I think you might be going. Are you going to?
Yeah, so we're celebrating a birthday. We're going to see a live set and Monolink live set. So they're doing this together at Exposition Park. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's a Framework event. I liked Framework's last event, the Solomon event that I went to, was really well put together, as opposed to the previous events that I've been to for them, but they really impressed me for Solomon.
Nice. They're apparently they're opening a new club in LA. Apparently a few new clubs are opening up in LA.
Really?
They're trying to invest more in the scene here, open up some more spots. So
They could open as many spots as they want. The real problem, I would say, in LA, which is what I'm trying to target also, as you know, being with starting Pleasant Sounds, is this drink curfew, the 2 a.m.
Oh, you can't change that with your event company.
I don't know. You know,
You're not gonna change anything.
Down the road, okay. This is a very big mission, and I think that someone should do so. I mean, dude. This is the city of entertainment, but no club is open past 2 a.m. because they can't sell drinks.
Yeah, but you're not going to convince the LA County Board of Drinks that they should sell till 4 a.m. so Pleasant Sounds can...
Not Pleasant Sounds, you know.
Doesn't matter how many people you get, bro. Like, I'm sure there's been people who've been trying to do this for years, you know? Like, West Hollywood's till 4 a.m. now, I think. So
they can sell drinks till 4 a.m. or it's the noise curfew till 4
I think they passed a law saying you can sell drinks until 4 a.m. Let me fact check this.
I mean, I don't know, because I remember going to Sound and I couldn't buy a drink after 2 a.m. And that's why, you know. But what the fuck is that in place for? You know, people will drink and drive whether it's 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. They'll go somewhere after.
The California lawmakers rejected it, of course. So I think that law, it has to pass on the local level and then get approved on like the state level. So wait, it's official. It can keep ticking on till 4 a.m. on weekends. Oh, alcohol sales will continue to cease at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
No, so they approved it and then it got rejected by the man. By the man.
Yeah.
The gov.
But
big government.
You know, I think, obviously, you know, it's not a very feasible goal right now. But maybe down the road, you know, you start a petition, you get signatures, you get some influential people in there, and we could, you know, the city of entertainment could be up to speed with cities like Miami and New York, where you could buy an espresso martini at 6 a.m.
We need to show Nancy Pelosi a circle set. And once Nancy Pelosi sees a circle set, she'll be like, all right, everywhere can be open till 4.
See, but politicians are just not fun. They don't like having fun.
Facts.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's just a goal for down the road, and I would love to be a part of that change.
You know that area in Miami where Space and 11 are?
Yeah.
So apparently that is a special zone in Miami where they can sell alcohol whenever. But it's only that, like a few blocks over there where they can legally do it. Like, they just made an exception for those places. Which is kind of fucked if you're like another business and you want to open up a club in Miami that stays open till 4 and sells alcohol all night. You can't, because all this places that you can are taken up by a couple spots. I don't know how true that is. That's just what I heard.
I mean, that's interesting. I never heard that before. I'm gonna have to, look into that, see how that is, because I feel like I've been to other bars in Miami that I purchased alcohol past 2 a.m., but maybe not. I don't know.
It's hard to, when we went to Bodega, we left fairly early. We left before 2, I think.
True. But I've been there past 2, but whatever. I mean, even when we went to get lost or something, you could buy a drink at the bar past 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's a little bit confusing. A lot of politics go into it, but it's something that I would love to see change in LA, because that's what's stopping all these places from being like club space, you know?
Yeah, and just, I mean, LA as a whole, dude, it's not even just on the scene and in terms of partying, like, restaurants close so early.
Yeah, it's what is this? California, I mean LA, the city of entertainment, and I can't go to a place past, 1, 2 a.m.
I know, it's crazy.
Sucks.
It's crazy. It's like, if I want to go get dinner past 9 p.m., I'm getting in and out, because that's all that's open.
It's true.
Like, I swear.
It's true. I've been seeing some interesting tweets lately.
What?
It was because John Summit tweeted some shit, which is, I agree with, surprisingly. He said that the Miami crowd knows house and techno way better than a crowd in LA would, because, they're open late or whatever. And then there were a bunch of other DJs who were like, no, the LA scene is way better than any other scene in the US for house and techno, because you have all these underground parties, in the warehouses and shit that go till 6 a.m. But it should be the norm that parties here go till 6 a.m.
I like underground parties because they're a little less regulated, so I do understand that. But there's underground in Miami too. So, I mean, Miami really has it all in terms of the scene. You can find underground, you can find above ground, you can find on the ground. All grounds, you can find it.
Yeah. But, I don't know. My point is the city of entertainment should be the city of entertainment.
I agree. I mean, it's only good for movies, and then like record labels and stuff, production companies, record labels. But it's hard to make it as a DJ in LA because, like you said, there's no opportunity here. I mean, you go to Europe, bro, and every restaurant has a DJ,
True. You go to the bathroom in
Yeah.
Europe and there's a DJ. But
Yeah.
here it's like not, they don't want it to be the thing, I guess, Like, there's definitely like a crowd at these events, whatever, but I don't know.
The government, has always associated rave culture with just like illegal activities and stuff like that, because there are a lot of illegal activities that go on there in terms of like drug use, and people stealing too. It's a big hub for phone theft.
Oh,
I mean,
believe me.
yeah, you're a victim.
Yeah, a one-time victim of having my phone stolen. And it actually did not even happen in LA. Although it almost happened in LA, but I prevented that. But in Miami it happened, and my phone was gone, and I was really upset.
Yeah, and they didn't just take your phone. I mean,
Yeah, you got the wallet attached to the phone, and then, in the split second, your cards are gone, your ID is gone. iCloud, they saw me put in my passcode. Always put in a word password. Word and numbers, alphanumeric password, instead of just a 4-digit passcode, because that shit fucked me over.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a 6-digit passcode.
Doesn't matter. There's people who are good at memorizing numbers. Put in
Alphanumeric.
alphanumeric, it's the move.
Yeah.
And there's a
I feel
setting.
like even Face ID or face recognition is sus, because like, I don't know, God forbid you pass out somewhere and someone takes your phone, just holds
Opens
it up
your
to your
eyeballs.
face. Yeah.
But also,
Wait, do they have to open your eyeballs for it
your
to work?
eyes have to.
No way.
Yeah. Try it out right now. I can't open my phone. Yeah, no. My eyes have to be open.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Also, pro tip for preparation: if your phone does get stolen, you can go into your screen time settings, and there's a place where you can put a separate password so people can't swipe down over here and put your shit on airplane mode. I did that after I got my phone stolen
No way.
in Miami. Yeah.
So wait, so if I try to swipe down right now on your phone,
It's not gonna work.
wait, it worked.
Well, because
Yeah,
I
let me
probably
lock
got
it,
my
let me
face.
lock Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
There's no way they can finesse into your phone.
No way.
Password Daniel 094. That was wrong.
Yeah. So a lot harder to get into a phone that has an alphanumeric password and that has that screen time setting turned off.
What screen time setting?
It's in the settings. Just search, I don't know. You search up screen time password in YouTube, and I'm sure you could find it. But
you set a password for screen time?
Yeah, because you can't swipe that shit down unless you put it in the password.
But what does screen time have to do? Doesn't screen time just show you how much you used an app?
Yeah, but the thing is that for some reason the swipe down menu is in the screen time settings. For some reason, I'm not sure why.
That is weird. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a good tip to not have your identity stolen.
You hear that, folks? Lock your shit up on your phone so you don't get it stolen, so they can't put it in airplane mode. Alphanumeric passwords. Miami get lost.
Get your phone lost.
Yeah, it's called Get Lost for a reason.
Yeah. Yep. And I was sober as a rock. Just didn't sleep very much.
I think you had one of those like fanny packs on. I swear they target those, dude. They target because the one person walks by, unzips it. Speaking of pickpocketing, have you seen that lady on TikTok?
Attenzione, pickpocket.
Attenzione, borseggiatrici! Attenzione, pickpocket!
I want to give that woman a big hug.
I know,
She's a fucking hero.
She's making the world a better place, one attenzione at a time. That lady's the best, dude.
That lady is a sweet, sweet lady.
She catches all of them, dude.
Yeah, she catches it right in the act.
I don't know how she has enough time. I've never seen anyone pickpocket in my life. Ever.
I'm trying to think of whether I have seen it, but I don't think I've seen it. I saw some guy.
No, because they're so slick. I don't know how she catches them in the act. And she's filming them, bro. And sometimes they don't even realize she's filming them.
Yeah, she's a fucking genius.
And sometimes it's attenzione, borseggiatrici.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta fucking call them out, right? Like,
yeah.
It happened to me at Seismic, at Seismic in Austin, Texas, where I was at a stage and I felt someone fucking taking the shit out of my pocket. It was in my front pocket. This was before the fanny pack days. So I felt it slipping and I felt my pocket immediately. I turned around and it's always a really fucking short person. They're always like 5'3" and shorter.
Yeah.
So I fucking grabbed him. And I told him to give me my phone, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And at the same time, he said, "What are you talking about?" I hear something clack on the floor. It was my phone, and when I picked it up, he walked away, he ran away in the crowd. Yeah, that was an unbelievable fucking catch.
That's wild. I don't think I've ever been pickpocketed in my life, at least as far as I know. At least not a phone and not a wallet. Maybe they've taken cash or something out of my pocket and I didn't realize, but
yeah, dude.
Knock on wood.
Violating feeling. Very violating. You feel naked, you feel exposed, and you want to kill someone after that.
Yeah. Definitely upsetting when that happens. So I think we're getting to the point. So Pleasant Sounds event, September 9th. Y'all better be there. Tickets go on sale Friday, August.
Tomorrow. I don't even know what date.
Tomorrow, but when this comes out, it's going to be today.
Oh, yeah. August 11th.
August 11th. So Friday, August 11th. If you're listening to this and it's the 12th, they came out yesterday. If you're listening to this and it's the 11th, they came out today, so swipe that shit. And thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been a pleasure.
Guys. Thank you for having me, Matan.
Yes, of course.
Was fun.
It was a great time. See you next time.